Hello and welcome again. We did talk about the dictionaries in the previous video, and now we will talk about some common data types. Actually, we already talked about these things. It's just a review of that part. So you know that we have basic types, integer and float. So integers are the whole number and floats are the decimal places. And we do have some other, what are those? If you remember, that was a Boolean, okay? The Boolean that gives you true or false. Keep in mind, the F is capital and the true is capital in a value. And then we have, these are the three basic, just keep in mind. And then we have a container. So these basics are non-container, okay? Non-container. And these non-container always have single values. These containers can hold multiple values. Okay, containers can hold multiple values. There are three main types of containers. Sequence type, we already talked about that. Set types and mapping type. Okay, what are the sequence type? If you remember, we have a sequence type. We say string is a sequence type. We have a list. We already talked about that, is a sequence type. And then we have a tuple. That is also a sequence type. And you remember that we have a sequence type functions also, like length, min, max, sum, index, count. So these are the sequence type functions. So you can use those functions on string, you can use those functions on list, and you can use those functions on the tuples. Now then we do have a set type. And set type is unordered, no duplicate, and they are mutable, you can change the values, okay? And then we have the third type is a mapping type. That is a dictionary. Dictionary has key and a value. So you can store the key values here. So yeah, keep in mind, string, you cannot change, okay? When you try to store a different value in the same variable, it will create a new location. It will create a new variable of the same name. So it will ignore the previous values and previous location. So you cannot change. It will always create a new variable. Mutable, list is a mutable. You can add, you can remove, you can change the values in the list. Tuple is immutable, same as string. So once you create, you cannot change the values of the tuple. So this is just a summary that we already talked about that. Two types of data, non-containers and containers. Containers hold multiple value and non-containers have single value. Okay. Now, choosing a container type. So programmer, it depends on the programmer, okay? Which container he wants to use. So programmer might want to use a list, when he wants data in the order. Programmer might use a tuple, instead of list. If the data is not changeable, if you're not changing the data, then it's better you use tuple. And if the order is not important, So it depends on the users that what data types he wants to use, what containers he wants to use. Thank you very much for this one. Inshallah, see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.